Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. Welcome to season 3 of The Balking Dead on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm your host, Sharpie's Best, and this is the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. This show isn't sponsored by no one, and we're doing this out of our own generosity, so we do appreciate those that have found their way over to the channel that I have started. This show is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Yet on days like today, we do have to start a little early when a lot of games look to be starting when the show would be starting. So is what it is, and we shall start early. We're coming off of a profitable day as we went 2-1 yesterday, but as we always say on this show, we are 0-0 today, and that's what matters. Is no one gives a damn about yesterday, as today is now upon us. We're going to start this show off, guys, with a new segment. We're going to try and have on our show, well, at least until the WWE calls and bitches about it and says, take that shit down, Sharpie. But until then, guys, let's talk of some hitting props with a guy that you guys know very well. Look, that was you back in high school right there, huh, my guy? Let me make sure you were both. You're the $1 million man.
$1 million man, baby.
My boy, how you been?
That cash. I'm great. How are you doing, my dude? I'm glad
$1 million man, baby.
To see you on here, Sharpie. It's been a minute. I'm glad you're doing well, feeling good, and shit. We got games. We got money to make. Props to be bet, right?
Money to make, props to be bet, and I know you gave me 4 games, but I'm looking at Soler under today, bro. I seen what he is versus Cease, like 0 for 19 with 11 strikeouts.
I like it. I don't mind.
And I'm like, Glasnow's better than Cease. Bet you that fuck ain't gonna get a hit today. So it was plus money. It was some shit I was looking at. Definitely, I'm not the hitting prop guru. I'm that dude who freaking donates money when we talk hitting props. So that's why we bring guys like you on, my boy. So let's start with the first game you got on your list. And that's going to be Oakland A's, Boston Red Sox. First game cracking off. And probably looking to fade Striplin, as we know that guy pretty freaking well. But that's just a guess. I'm just guessing. Who you on here?
Let's touch on the Soler. I like it. He went deep last night. We know him. Swing and miss, or bombs away. So I don't mind that look at all, especially the numbers in that one. Here we go. Red Sox A's here. Jamie, I try to look at the A's a little bit, just to look at the other side. J.D. Davis, if he's going to consistently be in the 4-hole, I think you have some good value with him. His homer was around plus 650. I didn't move on him. I went to the Red Sox. Of course, you could look at my guy Devers, but we want the man in the 3-hole here. I love this look here. Trevor Story, Sharpie. He's come out pretty hot. He had a good game yesterday. Sees this guy well in Stripling, 5 for 17 with 2 homers in the 3-hole, front of Duran Devers, his RBI plus 185. I'm all over it. And you got to put it on the jack plus 700. I think you could go deep, little wind blowing out to center, right center, 12 to 14 miles an hour. Give me Trevor's Story, baby, here early and often.
Gotta love us some Trevor Story, bro. And I mean, this is his get back season after being hurt last year, and that lineup's deep, bro. That lineup is at least 1 through 6. It's deep. So as long as O'Neill's healthy, that's a real lineup right there. So definitely, I'm gonna have to look at some Story now that you brought that up. Here's a little story, and we're gonna head on over to the next game that you're in, and that's gonna be that Cleveland Guardians Seattle Mariners game. We ain't got no Castillo Bieber game tonight, even though there was hitting props to be made in that one yesterday too, unfortunately. But who you looking at in this game?
This game's simple for me here. Ramirez, my man, in the 3-hole. I love George Kirby. I wanted to touch on you, Sharpie. Hit this back to me. What did you think of his K-prop today? It's 5.5 is plus money. I'm sure you've been staring at this. I think he had 8 in his first start. I just wanted to glance at it. What do you think about the K-prop today, real quick, before I hit it?
Realistically, bro, I didn't even break down Kirby, bro. Like I didn't, so I can't freaking talk out the side of my neck and pretend about it, bro. He's one of the guys that last year pissed me off a lot.
Yeah,
bro. So he's got to come out and show me something before I bet him again. Because every time I would bet on him, the dude would just fucking go 7 innings and get 4 strikeouts. And I was like, all right, dude. I mean, sometimes you got to learn when you don't know a guy. And Kirby, I didn't have his number that well last year to where I got to kick back and watch him.
I think that's good, and he's only going to go deeper. I think more innings, more stuff like that. So, cool. I just wanted to get on. Jose Ramirez, DHing in the 3-hole. Not gaudy numbers, kind of like yesterday I had to get into Sharpie. Webb, great pitcher, but he's on the road. Dodgers eat him. They're putting Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman plus 600-700. Just wild. Even their team total was over plus money. He's only 2 for 3 here off Kirby. But like yesterday, I think a lot of people probably were on him. Better numbers. And it's down in the 400 range. His RBI plus 165. I'm on it. He's got to have the jack plus 650. Too big a price, so I had to go there. Almost kept this off, but I got to have him a piece here, Jose. Can you hear me?
I get that, bro. Jose Ramirez is one of the best freaking hitters in baseball, bro. Yeah. Oh, I was making sure that I wasn't muted. But yes, sir.
Okay.
Definitely love Jose Ramirez. And then we're going to talk about the next game where it's like I look at both of these pitchers and it's like, dude, this might be the DraftKings stack of the night. And it could be on both sides. And it's the Padres and Cardinals where both of these pitchers had their salad toss in their first few games. So who you looking to fade?
You know what? I think you can fade a little bit. Zach Thompson here. I looked a lot at Tatis. Not a ton of value. I think you go there. You go Tatis, Bogarts, Machado. We all know how they hit lefties. Tatis kind of the only one. Bogarts more of a hot starter. It's been hit and miss. Tatis been a little bit 23-30. Are we good here?
Yeah, you went in and out.
And Machado. Okay, I'm making sure the internet might be a little fucked up. We're working on it. We're on the fly here, baby. But I like that side. But I'm going to the other side. I stayed off these guys yesterday, Sharpie, because I looked at them. The numbers are really good, and they're just as good here with Goldschmidt and Arenado. I'm going to stay off Arenado. He hasn't got going, kind of slow, injuries. I know he went 2 for 5 the other day with the ribby. But I'm going to sit and wait on him. But he is 5 for 10 off Musgrove here. Joe Musgrove, I think he's still hurt, Sharpie. The curveball doesn't seem to be breaking. The heater's been left out over the plate. He might need surgery unless stuff's going to turn around. This would be a big start for him at home after kind of getting hit around the first 2. But I got to go to Paul Goldschmidt here. And I always face this, Sharpie. We talk about it a lot. Total base and RBI. And they go hand in hand. Like I had Dansby Swanson at cash yesterday. He had 2 singles. I cashed that. I thought that was a little bit better than the RBI. And this one's tempting Goldschmidt. He's in the 2-hole, which I don't mind. But his RBIs, if he's going to be in this spot again this year, I think he's going to be around there, right around 80, unless he just has a crazy year. So I don't mind his RBI at 215, plus 215, great price. But I took his over 1.5, plus 150. He's 11 for 21. 2 doubles and a homer here off Musgrove. He hangs one, he bangs one, and put on his jack, plus 600. These prices are too big. A good pitcher, Joe Musgrove, but just doesn't got his stuff right now. So give me Goldie here today.
I love anything to do with the Cardinals hitters today because everyone's talking about how bad the Cardinals swing metrics are and how bad they've been striking out. There's been like 5 games in baseball this year, Connor. They faced Bobby Miller, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Darvish. Like, really, bro? That's a gauntlet for any fucking baseball team. So you're going to get value on Cardinals hitting props right now because they haven't started off hot. So love Goldschmidt, and you're getting plus money, bro. Plus monies.
Big time. I love it.
We're going to head on into the last game you got going. And I must have flipped through it because which one was it? You're going to have to pull that up. Oh, Pittsburgh Pirates and the Washington Nationals. Who are you taking in this?
This one's just kind of a play. We got some rain here, Sharpie. A little bit of wind across the diamond. I don't know if the game gets played. It might. We got a bunch of those today. You talked about, rainy day. Detroit's probably already postponed. I think Colorado and the Cubs gets postponed as well. This guy's too hot. I think the game gets played. You have to take him. He's 2 for 5 here off Trevor Williams. My guy. He's made me a ton of money, and he's hot to start the year, Brian Reynolds. His RBI, it's plus 150 there. So I'm on that. This was kind of a late ad. He's just already 8 RBIs. We know the Pirates are red hot to start the year at 5-0. Don't love the weather, but Brian Reynolds, he's just running hot right now with Cruz in front of him. Give me, and the bottom of the order's been good. I don't know how long that lasts, Sharpie, with the Pirates team. That 7, 8, 9, Taylor down there and these guys, but I like it. Give me B Reynolds here. RBI plus 150. I got 155. So Reynolds RBI plus 150.
If you're just showing up, guys, for the recap. Sweet. If you're just showing up for the recap with Connor Mack, guys, he gave us 4 plays. He's on Trevor Story's RBI, but you also got to touch on his home run as well. And he's going to do that same little RBI home run combo with Jose Ramirez. But then he's going to switch from the RBI home run combos and head on over to Paul Goldschmidt and take his over 1.5 bases at good old plus 151. And he's going to end his day with a Pittsburgh Pirates, if they get the game in, that is. Brian Reynolds RBI, that is. And get in where you fit in. Connor, appreciate you for showing up. Know the internet was a little choppy, but that's fine. They still at least got the plays, and that's all that matters. Let them know where they can find you and what you got going on.
Definitely. Check me out. I'll try to be here next week if I can get here on a Wednesday or Thursday. I'd love to do it. And we could talk more baseball too. I'd love to do that. Hopefully we could get our internet situations on sync a little bit. But we're here, like you said, for the plays, baby. That's all that matters. We're here to cash. And I love popping in, getting early. Maybe I'll stay a little bit later next time. But I love you, brother. Thank you for having me. And I'll see you soon, dude. Let's cash. Peace, Sharp.
Yes, sir. On this show, fellas, we will talk the opening lines of pitching props as well as the closing K prop line 30 minutes prior to the show going live. Of course, we will be going off 2023 numbers for the first few weeks, as that's what we have to go by. Do me a favor, if you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Drop your best bets in the comment section, and I will read them off at the end of the show. Let's talk about the first pitcher on the board. Number 35 in the black book, Carlos Rodon at the Diamondback, striking people out last year at a 22.5% clip, while walking people 9.5% of the time. Morning line was 5.5 plus 115 to the over on MGM, and now the best line available is on DraftKings to the over at plus 105 to that 5.5. His pitching outs under over at 15.5, minus 147 at Caesars Juice to the under. Projected lineup is 8 righties, 1 lefty. We're going to start the day off, guys, with Carlos Rodon. And what the fuck has happened to this man? 2 years ago, he was one of the most elite strikeout pitchers in the game. Now, shit, he's just trying to find a spot in the rotation. And he gets a matchup versus the D-backs, guys, which I thought I'd be able to run his over strikeouts on. Well, as last year, the D-backs were solid versus lefties, but lefties with gas, they struggled with. It was the soft tossers that they took advantage of. And Rodon's fastball, guys, is a smooth 96 miles per hour. Now, Rodon has pretty much been a two-pitch pitcher his whole life, a top-notch fastball with a wipeout slider out of the same arm slot, like a la Robbie Ray, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Now, Rodon was a giant for a little bit, so he has seen some of these guys a little bit, and he did play them one time last year. So let's go check the pitcher versus batter history. 6 guys who have seen him before for a total of 59 at bats. And Rodon has a meager 23.5% strikeout rate versus them. Last year, Rodon had issues as his slider wasn't breaking like it used to. So I go check up on Rodon's vertical and horizontal movement, guys. And in the first game, there are signs showing that maybe he just ain't going to be that dude again, as his fastball has a 2% rise in horizontal movement, but his slider is down 2% when it comes to not breaking. So he's throwing freaking frisbees up to these hitters right now. So as long as I wanted to take advantage of the deep backs versus a flame throwing lefty, I got to let him be, as he is straight up under or nothing until he figures this shit out. Is you can't lose a pitch when you're a two-pitch pitcher. They're able to just sit dead red at the moment and not fear his slider. And I can't back him knowing his slider is a freaking frisbee at the moment. It's super frustrating for me, guys, to see what Rodon has become. If you've been watching the shows for years, you know he's one of my favorite pitchers to bet on, and that's bet overs on. But it's not about the name, guys. It's what have you done for me? And Rodon ain't looked like the guy, let alone it's in the analytics that he ain't looked like the guy, guys. So until then, until he can figure his shit out, I can't bet him over. We've got to go under, guys, until I put my big boy pants on and take my balls out of my stomach when it comes to betting unders. And then I ended up doing it, guys. It just at the end of the day, I'm tired of breaking it down. I'm tired of looking at the analytics and just sitting there like, you know what, bro, you're struggling. I'm not going to bet you over. So I ended up betting Carlos Rodon under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 111 on FanDuel. Team Sharpie got in this morning, guys. And I am afraid that he goes out and puts up a 9 spot to remind me who he is. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I got to trust my gut and I've got to trust the numbers, guys. And is what it is. And fucking sorry about your luck, Carlos Rodon. Go out there and get 2 strikeouts tonight because I'm on you and a bitch. Next guy we're going to talk about, guys, the next 2 guys. Looks like this game may not crack off, or if it does, it's going to be super late. And I don't know how late they're going to want to push these games back, but still had to talk about pitchers. Quick little freaking breakdowns on these 2. And let's get to the ones that we can actually bet. But if they do play this game, Frankie Montes at the Phillies, striking people out last year 23.5% of the time, while walking people 7% of the time. My bad. Sorry. Got a little winded. Morning line 4.5 minus 160 at BetMGM to the over, where the best line available now is at 5.5 to the plus money on FanDuel. Pitching outs over under at 17.5 minus 156 juice to the under. The lineups are out there: 5 righties and 4 lefties. Now this one hurts because they're probably not going to get in this game, guys. And I wanted to ride the Montage train. Don't forget who this man is, guys, or who he was before the injuries of the last season. And in his first game versus the Nationals, he showed who he is. He went 6 innings of no-run ball with 5 punch-outs, and he cashed his prop of a 4.5. And that's what we were getting to start the morning, a super juiced 4.5, which that's exactly where it should open at. They shouldn't overreact to one game, whether it's good or bad. I've been doing this shit for too long. They be in the books. Now, when we look at the batter versus hitter splits, there's only 3 people in this lineup who've seen him at least 5 times, totaling 43 at bats, which isn't a lot, but at least he has a nice 32.5% strikeout rate versus them. And the other advantages is those 6 guys ain't even seen him before. This was over central spot for me today, juiced up or not, as Montes is an ace, and no ace belongs in the 4.5s. But like I said at the beginning of this breakdown, we got a whole lot of rain shown in the forecast, so no way in hell can I put my money on an over if there's a chance of rain. Other than injuries, guys, Mother Nature is the worst thing to an over on a K prop because the books ain't going to refund you once the game has started. It's under the little blueprint writing, really little, and they fucking kick you square in the balls. So, yeah, anytime I see rain, and I mean, I've learned to look at the radars now and try to fast forward and see if I can get a 2 hour gap and predict it. But you got to play weather, man, when it's raining. I've got a guy who does pay for my bets. He lives 10 minutes from the stadium. He says he doesn't think the game's going to crack. But even though, we still got to talk the other side of the game. And let's talk about Wheels, baby. Old Zachy Wheels. Number 22 in the black book gets the Reds striking people out. No, that can't be right. I must have not put it in from his. My bad. So we're not going to talk about a strikeout percentage from last year because it must have been the guys from yesterday because he don't have a 24% strikeout clip. I know he's better than that. Morning line, guys, was 7.5 at -130 on DraftKings, where the best line available now to that is on FanDuel's at a -118. His pitching outs were not available. Lineup is 5 lefties and 4 righties. Now, the other side of this matchup is Wheels. Not Hot Wheels, but Zach fucking Wheels, guys. And we talked about it last week. His velocity was up where it should be, and it hadn't been over the last few years heading into the season. And he went into the Braves and had a beautiful game. He went 6 innings of no-run ball, had 5 strikeouts, and he did miss his prop of 6.5. We talked about it last week as well, guys. He'll have plenty of 6.5s. Wheeler was only a 7.5 one time last year in 30-something games. He'll always be a 6.5. And then look what we got, Sharpie. Hold my beer. They opened it at a 7.5, and it's still a 7.5. We also talk about how they don't adjust people's lines after one start. They may add juice, as like they did with Crochet yesterday. He smacked his first K prop the first week, then opened up at a juice 4.5 yesterday versus the Braves, and got bet to a 5.5. But to open a 7.5, that's a no-no in my books, fellas. The books don't overreact or underreact to one start. We also talked about it with Glasnow last week versus the Cardinals. The books jumped him up for no reason, and it went under easy. So they jumped him up for no reason? Then I got to go under if this game goes, guys. I'm not playing this crap. I've seen it way too many damn times. When they adjust a number up, it goes under at like an 80% clip. I'm sick of knowing what happens and not betting it. And the fact that we know it this year, we're betting it this year. So if this game goes off, there's only one way I can bet, and that bet would be under 7.5 strikeouts. Yeah, I want to be on the side of a billion-dollar corporation. Yeah. But let's get into the guy that a lot of people are talking about fading. And I kind of get it, but then I also see what may be coming. But then again, I missed the boat. And we're talking about Joe Musgrove versus the Cardinals, number 37 in the black book. Last year, struck people out 24.5% of the time, while walked people 5.5%. Morning line was 6.5 -114 on DraftKings. You can now get a 5.5 at -152 at Bet Rivers. Pitching outs 17.5 -154 juice to the over. Lineup is out for the Cards, 5 righties and 4 lefties. Joe Musgrove ain't looked like himself this year, fellas. Old Muskrat is what he's looked like. He missed last year pretty much half of it or most of it last year due to some injury. And like Connor was talking about, he just doesn't look healthy yet. 2 of his 3 spring training games, he got smacked around. And in his first 2 starts this year, the least amount of runs he's given up in a game is 4 earned runs. The reports out of camp was his velocity was down. And it is. It's down 1 mile per hour on his fastball and 2 miles per hour on his slider. Yet his vertical and horizontal break are up from last season in those departments. So it seems like it's going to come back to the norm sooner rather than later. And it seems like the book think that as well, as they first opened Musgrove up last night at 6.5. The plus money was to the under. And it's done nothing but take money on money. And at the time of this write-up, it was -160 to the under. And like, I knew it was going to go to a 5.5, guys. I was sitting there talking to Spin Doc, and I was like, bro, this is dead under. This is dead under. I think the book's fucked up. I think the book's fucked up. And by the time I went to go bet -140, it turned to -160. And I said, man, I guess I missed the boat. But let's talk about it. I knew the 5.5s were coming. They're going to need some over money. This is taking nothing but under money. And it's not like a setup trap. It's not like it's sitting there at plus money and they're taking all the money. This has moved as the money has came in, and it's came all in on the under. Musgrove, he's had seen these guys plenty of times so far. Well, not plenty of times. He's seen 4 of these guys in this lineup for 70 at bats. And he has a meager, disgusting, putrid, call it what you want, career strikeout percentage of 14 of those 4 batters. And 3 of those 4 batters are 3 of the top 4 batters in this lineup. Now, a lot of these kids at the bottom of the lineup have been swinging and missing, and the metrics say they've been trash and that they've been striking out. Well, I'd like to say, who the fuck have they faced? And I said that earlier, they faced Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Hugh Darvish, Bobby Miller. They've met some pretty top of the line type guys, and Musgrove just hasn't been that top of the line guy. He's had 7 strikeouts in just 4 of his 17 games last year. They were going straight off of the swing metrics that the Cardinals have put up in their first 4 or 5 games versus studs. Joe Musgrove is a stud, but not right now. Will he get back to it? We hope so. But it's guys. So I missed the boat, guys. He's gonna have to strike out 33% of his batters in the allotted time that he's in, with only striking out 14% of the time of the guys that he's already seen in this lineup. Can he do it? Yeah. But you know how freaking hard it is to strike out 33. He ain't Strider. Let me talk to you guys. So if you got in on his under early, awesome for you. I obviously missed the boat, is what it is. Until Muskrat becomes Musgrove, you just got to look to fade this guy. And I like to play flamethrowers, guys with gas tanks, high velocity versus the Cardinals. That's not Joe Musgrove. Matter of fact, his velocity's down right now. So yeah, this is the time to pick on him. You're getting I think you're getting good freaking value. So shout out to those who did get that freaking 6.5 at plus money, because Sharpie didn't. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you and say, hey guys, Team Sharpie got this and that number. Oh, bro, there is no fucking yays and not winning money for me. I don't want a pat on the back, bro. I want some money. So do me a favor if you haven't already and smash that like button. We've got 2 more guys to talk about, and it happens to be in the same game. Look at that stud right there, huh? Y'all know who that stud is? That's Kyle Harrison, let me tell you. Kyle Harrison, number 38 in the black book, gets a shot at my Dodgers, striking people out last year 24.5% of the time while walking people 5.5%. Morning line was 5.5 plus 130 on FanDuel. Now on FanDuel, you can get 4.5 minus 162. Excuse me. Pitching outs under over 15.5 minus 143 at Caesars, juice to the under. Projected lineup is 5 righties, 4 lefties. I'm going to call bullshit. Like, I've done this too many times. They need to pay me for being the projected guy. There will be no more than 3 lefties in the Dodgers lineup today. But hey, let's talk about it. Kyle Harrison gets his shot at the Doyers this year, as last year in his first taste in the big leagues, he had a back-to-back with the Dodgers, and he didn't do too shabby. He went 5.1 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, while just striking out 2 the first time. But then he backed it up with 5 innings, 0 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. Now, the Dodgers over the past few seasons have been bottom of the barrel when it comes to facing a left-handed pitcher. Yet the first left-hander they've seen this year, they blasted him for 5 earned runs. Now, Harrison is a lot better than Zach Thompson going for the Cardinals today, which happens to be the guy that the Dodgers did baptize earlier and the only lefty they've seen. But the Dodgers did improve their lineup this year when it comes to facing lefties. And no, it's not adding a left-handed bat in Ohtani. It's by bringing Kiki Hernandez back, who has made a living off of hitting lefties throughout his career, and signing Teoscar Hernandez, who since 2021 leads the league in OPS versus left-handed pitching. Now, the projected lineup shows 4 lefties, but like I said, the Dodgers will not run out more than 3 lefties today, as the cucks who make these projected lineups just don't know baseball, and I know my team. Now, that don't mean my team can't strike out. And with Harrison adding in a cutter this offseason, as well as having the taste of the big leagues last year, I expect his minor league percentages to start showing up. And this man had nothing nothing less than a 35% strikeout rate in all levels of the minors, and only a 24% strikeout rate last year in his first taste of the bigs. Now, I do not expect to see 35% in the bigs, but 30% is sure as fuck ain't out the question. So Harrison has looked great in the spring as well in his first start of the season, where he's seen a Padres team who was really good versus lefties last year, guys, and he did the damn thing, going 6 innings, 2 earned run while striking out 5. So all in all, guys, I would actually look to bet his K prop over if I was to bet it, but I'm afraid of him being taken to the woodshed, which, yes, you can still cash a K prop while giving up your butt cheeks. That's just not like the way I like to get down, though. So off of a small sample size in the big leagues last year, guys, he had a problem striking out lefties. Not just striking them out, they walked at a good clip, and not just that. They hit 150 points better in batting average, as well as on base percentage and slugging doubling when it came to a lefty in the lineup. So, 3 lefties in the lineup, Kiki Hernandez and Teoscar. If this kid goes out and shoves tonight, dude, then, I've got to give him his respect and treat him a little bit better. But it is in the writing that he can give up his butt cheeks, and you can still cash K props when you're giving them up. I mean, no diddy, guys. But at the end of the day, I don't like to be involved in that type. So I'm going to let him be. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits it, but he could end up getting ran out the game if he gets blasted. So I'm content letting it be, watching a little bit of him. What I'm not content is betting my boy Taylor Glasnow. Let's talk about why we going to bet him. Tyler Glasnow versus the Giants. Number 2 in the black book, striking people out at a 31% clip last year. Morning line was a 7.5 minus 145. Best line available is minus 135 on DraftKings. Pitching outs under over 17.5, minus 175. Choose to the over. Projected lineup for Los Gigantes is 5 lefties and 4 righties. We're going to end the day with Glasnow getting his shot versus the Giants. And I know it's early in the season, but in a few games, they've seen just 2 aces, and they've scored 2 earned runs while being struck out 13 times in just 9.2 innings of work. And those aces were Dylan Cease and Hugh Darvish. I bring this up, guys, because it's looking like the same Giants when it comes to give me an ace with velocity, and the higher velocity, the better. And they struggle. Last year, they struggled mightily with velocity and aces. And that's exactly what the Giants, like I said, are starting to look like again. Glasnow faced them last year, 6 innings, allowed 1 earned run with 7 strikeouts, and then faced them in spring training where he went 5.1 innings, had 8 strikeouts of no-hit baseball on just 75 pitches. Now, the spring training game was 21 days ago, so it is enough time has passed, so where we don't need to look at it as a back-to-back. But the Giants sure as fuck ain't forgot about it. And I do expect a lot of first pitch swings today because they have already seen what will happen if they get behind in the count. Now, someone I'm actually looking for to fade in the no-hit category at some plus money is Jorge Soler. This man is 0 for 19 with 11 punch-outs versus Cease, and Glasnow is Cease on PCP. So I want the over, but I don't want to pay minus 145 for 7.5. I also think this man shuts them down, gives up 2 runs or less, and passes it to the good part of the bullpen. So I ended up doing a single game parlay at minus 145. Glasnow to get 7 or more strikeouts, hooked to the altered Giants team total under 4.5. I really don't think they score more than 3, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And if they want to drop that 7.5 down to a bettable juice, right lineup, then I'm going to have to get in there like swimwear. But at the moment, I have a single game parlay with Glasnow, 7 or more strikeouts, in the team total of the Giants under 4.5. And that was at a minus 145. I also have under 5.5 strikeouts for Carlos Rodon at minus 111. And I will be looking to play on Montas over and Wheeler under, if we can see that we're going to get this game in. As if you want to hear why, you can go back and listen. As always, I will tweet out the action if I get on anything else. Appreciate you all for showing up. Let's run through the chat. 50-something people up in here. Hope y'all smashed the like button already. And let's get to the monies. Appreciate y'all. I see you underrated. Woo, my dude Rizza. Let's go. Mr. Red Sox, LJ from Houston. We all look at that, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's go, LJ, baby. Sorry I didn't see that. Little bit of reading off. I type up all my write-ups that I read. If you guys don't know, I literally type out everything you hear. I have to do my write-ups. So definitely betted the over 1.5. Appreciate you, LJ, for even bringing it up to me. This man knows what he's talking about. Give this dude a follow if you already haven't, guys. Does Montas have a pitch limit? I'm leaning his outs under 7. No, he doesn't have a pinch limit. If anything, it's rain. And rain will help your under. Evaldi hit his over Ks. Yes, sir. Evaldi's looking good. He's always done well versus the Rays. Whoop, whoop. Nice to see you, JT. My boy Tone, Al Cervix. Big show, my boy. About time you show up and say hi, my boy. Mr. Heat, appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's have us a day, and let's keep staying to the damn monies.
Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the ass, screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying.